Welcome to another ALEKS Geometry Topic instructional video by Mr. Hardy. What we're going to do with this video is solve what we call a proportional equation. So these equations can come from different things that we're going to learn in a few minutes or in a few topics. But right now what we want to do is just make sure it's kind of like algebra review. So how do we solve for the variable? So here we have a v over 6 equals 17 over 13. Now some people have learned what's called cross multiplication. That tends to be a problem. It hurts you a little bit when you get to algebra 2. If you know it, you want to use it, go ahead. But what I'm going to use is something called bust the fraction. Okay, so just kind of like make a fist. I don't know if you can make one. Big thumb. I guess it's not really a fist, but you kind of make a fist. Anyway, I'm not an artist. So what we're doing here is I say that so that whenever you see stuff like this, just say to yourself, I want to get rid of the fractions, because the fractions are the part that probably concern you the most. So the way to get rid of a fraction is just say, I'm going to put a 6 right here. And then the 6's are going to cancel because we're taking advantage of the fact that 6 over 6 equals 1. Okay, but we can't do that by law of the equal sign unless we put a 6 over here. Otherwise we don't maintain balance. Okay, so now these go away and it's basically 1 over 1. So you could write, if you wanted, v over 1. 1 times v is v, and then divide by 1, but that's just v. So I'm just going to put v right here. Okay, now let's see, 7 times 6 is 42, and then you divide by 13. So they say round to the nearest tenth. So let's just put that into the calculator. We could say, let's say clear, 42 divided by 13. Okay, so that's going to be 3.2307 or 08. 3.2, what was it? 230. 2308. Okay, I could keep writing, but we want to the nearest tenth. So remember, this is tenths, right? This means 2 over 10, and this is hundredths. So that would be 3 over 100. So what we do is we kind of like I draw a little imaginary line right here, and we say, okay, this 3 is below 5, so I round down. I'm just going to keep it at v equals 3.2. Okay, so that's it. If you put in 3.2 over here into v, that this equation is balanced. So we're going to use this technique on some problems. Here's another one, and it has a slight little twist to it. We have now the variable on the bottom, which is not good. It makes it a little bit harder to do. So there's a short way and a long way. So first, I'm going to show you the short way. The short way is whenever you have especially one variable, when you just have one variable in the equation, but it's in the denominator, then flip it. Write u over 4. But what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So now you have 11 over 3. Now just bust the fraction. Okay, so that's going to become 11 over 3 equals u over 4. And I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. That's a U, that's a 4. 4. So, bam. And I get U equals 4 times 11 is 44 divided by 3. So, clear 44 divided by 3 is 14.66666. So 14.666667, and we want to round to the nearest tenth again, so I'm going to draw my line right here. 6 is greater than 5, so I'm going to round up. I'm going to add 1. So I get 14.7. Okay? Now, there's another way of doing it. If we have 3 over 11 equals 4 over U, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by 11. Okay? And I'll do it in steps. So, bam, that goes away, and I get 3 equals 44 over U. Now I multiply both sides by U. Bam. So I busted the fraction, 44, and I'm going to rewrite that the way we're used to it, 3U. So now you just divide everything by 3, and you get U equals, and I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use the number we already have. Okay, so here's a different way where you bust the fraction on one side and then bust the fraction on the other side. You do it twice. So you either do the flip to get the variable at the top. By the way, if you're ever writing a word problem, if you can, we're reading a word problem and writing an equation, try to write it with the variable on top to begin with, and it just saves you that step. Alright, good luck.